companies big and small are getting into the banking business. They are offering various products and services, things like credit cards and checking accounts. But before opening up one of these new accounts, it's important that you think about how you bank. Joining us right now with more on this is our senior personal finance correspondent, Sharon Epperson. Sharon, hello.
Hello.
Nice to see you in person.
Good to see you in person, too.
So let's talk about this new breed of banks. How do they work? How are they different from brick and mortar ones?
Well, you know, people may have heard of Google announcing that it's going to have checking accounts coming up, or that Apple's
got the new credit card.
The new credit card. A lot of fintech companies, financial technology companies, they're really innovative. They're into digital technology, and now they're into banking. They want to get into banking as well. And many banks are actually partnering with these fintech companies to offer the services that a lot of people want right away on their phones.
So what are the benefits you get if you sign up for one of these new things?
Well, there are many of them, many benefits, and there are many different players in this market, probably about 40.
Wow.
What they're calling challenger banks that are in the U.S. Some of the bigger ones are ones like Chime, or Betterment actually has a money app also.
No branches with this. This is strictly over your phone.
No branches. T-Mobile is even offering banking services, and the student refinancing company SoFi also has a place where you can get savings accounts and things like that.
Why is it better than a bank?
Lower cost. You know, people always want a higher rate of return on their savings, which they will likely get with one of these banks. No fees. So overall costs are lower.
What type of rates are we talking? Interest rates are so low right now. You get next to nothing for a checking account.
Well, if you near 2%. I mean, the reality is there are
that actually is a big difference.
But the thing to keep in mind is the way that they're able to do this. They're not actual banks. Sometimes they're partnering with an FDIC insured bank, but they're able to not have the brick and mortar expenses and other expenses that some of the bigger banks have. By doing all this digitally, mobile technology, they're able to have lower fees.
Do I get to use the bank structure of the banks they partner with, or I'm not allowed to go and set foot into any of their bank branches?
This is a branchless bank, so you're working with a branchless bank. And so that is what some people are saying is the drawback. No human interaction, the fact that you are looking at limited product offerings, so it's just going to be checking, or you're just going to go there for savings sometimes, and potentially higher risk. You know, there are risks involved with many things, but one of the things that one analyst pointed out to me is important to understand if it's partnered with an FDIC insured bank.
Then your deposits are still backed, right?
They're backed, but how long does it take to get there? From the time that you deposit in that, is it immediate? And because they're startup companies, some of them, many of them, there is that potential for failure. And so in that period of time, where's your money?
But even if they failed, your deposits would still be backed by
that
the
are
FDIC.
already in there. But I'm saying as they're making that, as you've just deposited money, how quickly is it right there in the bank, in that partner bank, to make sure, and accessible to you, to make sure that it's federally insured? So that's one of the questions that you want to ask. You want to make sure it's partnered with an FDIC insured bank. You want to make sure that your deposits get there in very timely fashion. You also want to assess yourself. Do you need to talk to somebody, or are you fine with doing financial management right on your phone by yourself? You don't need any help. And then what services do you want? If you want the full slate, I want to go to the same bank to do with my credit card, where my checking account is, where my savings account is, where I get my mortgage, they can do my student loan, all of that. Right. That's probably not going to be one of these. They don't necessarily have the full
if you're somebody who's spending a lot of time in these branches, probably not for you.
Exactly.
Sharon, thank you.
Sure.